to another video. If you're new here, my name's Laura and I make all things motherhood, faith, and lifestyle. If you'd like to stick around, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. This video is a very different video than what I typically film. This week will be all about back to school prep. So if you are new here, I am married to a teacher. My husband is a 5th grade teacher. So back to school has always been just a big deal for us because it's literally my husband's profession. It will always be a big deal for us until the day he retires. I will also be homeschooling my son for preschool. We decided that we want to keep him home for preschool just so that mostly I can have just a little bit more time with him before he enters into school. But also preschool is something that I feel very comfortable teaching him because it's obviously very, very basic things like the alphabet and the numbers and shapes and colors. And one of the things I want to do this week is start like a very homemade preschool curriculum. I have an idea in mind. Something I really want to do is kind of do like themes each week, and we will base our learning around that theme. I'll share more about that later when I actually take the time to make something up and just find some free worksheets on the internet based around each theme. Some of the things I have found on the internet is that when it comes to this younger age, like play-based learning is the best way that they can really grasp a concept. And I have seen that firsthand too. I used to be a former teacher's aide for pre-K, and there was a lot of play during the school day. So that's something I really want to emphasize in terms of my son, is just finding ways to teach him about numbers, shapes, colors, but in a very playful based way. That's why I kind of thought the themes would be a really good idea because, you know, each theme is something different. And I'm trying to think of themes that he loves. For example, he loves tractors. So I know one week I definitely want to do some sort of tractor theme. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, is just kind of setting something up and just having a very general plan in terms of all that I want to teach him. I mean, I have a very generic idea: numbers, shapes, letters, colors, but I kind of want to look on the internet and see some of the worksheets that they have that I can just simply print off, and some of the fun activities that we can do surrounding each theme. Like I said, I'll share more about that when I actually focus on that. But as of today's a really exciting day because Kyle and I will be going into his classroom and doing some classroom setup. The plan for right now is to drop the kids off at my in-laws, and then we will head on over to the school and start setting his classroom up. This is really exciting because this is a part of my life that I've never shared or filmed on the internet. So I'm really excited to just kind of share this little part of my life. Every year since he's had his own classroom, we have set it up together. So that's been really fun to do. I'm excited to show you guys his classroom and just kind of what it looks like. He likes to describe himself as a minimalist teacher. I know when you look at other teachers on their Instagram or their YouTube channel, their room is decorated like their house, and that's not my husband. My husband, first off, is not really good at interior decorating, and he will say that himself. He does not do interior decoration at all. That's more my thing. And for him, he doesn't really focus on classroom decorations and making his classroom very aesthetic. That's just not him at all. He, like I said, described himself as a minimalist. So when you see his classroom, it's going to look very much like a man's classroom. So just FYI, I'm excited to bring you guys along with us throughout this week as we prepare for back to school. It's just wild to me that Kyle will be starting school here in 2 weeks. It's just crazy. We are still very much on summer mode. This week I not only want to focus on getting things prepped for school and helping with classroom setup, but I also want to try to get us back into a routine, because when Kyle goes on summer break, so does the rest of us. Think of yourself as a teenager on summer break. That's basically us. We totally go into summer mode every time the school year ends, and we are definitely one of those people that we stay up super late, we sleep in as long as we can, as long as our kids let us. I want to also take this week to try to get back into a routine, try getting up a little bit earlier than what we have been, going to bed a little bit earlier, and just getting us back into the swing of things so that when school starts, it's not such a shock. My youngest is currently napping, so when she gets up from her nap, that's when we will go to the classroom and start setting things up. So I will pick you guys up in his classroom. We are in the classroom. I'm using my phone to vlog because I did not bring my camera. So sorry if the angles are atrocious. I don't have a tripod or anything. Some of the things we want to focus on today is the bookshelf. Unfortunately, rip this bookshelf. It did not survive summer cleaning. This is the back of it. Kyle came in yesterday just to kind of evaluate the situation, see what his room looked like, and found this completely ruined. But that's okay. The bookshelf itself is still usable because this was just, like I said, like the back cardboard part. We can't put the books on the bookshelf yet because there's some nails sticking out that were holding this up. So he needs to hammer that back in, and then we can put the books on the shelves. But we will be putting the bookshelf in its spot, and then from there, just kind of see what needs done. Open house is in like a week, so kind of on a time crunch. But one of the things about his room that I mentioned earlier is that it's like a very minimalistic type room. So not too much decorating, just mostly bulletin boards and stuff like that. We're gonna try to get as much done as we can today. This table is full of the reading pillows. So something Kyle does is he has a rug that he lays in his room, and he'll just throw like a bunch of these pillows. I don't really want to touch them because they're, but he just has a bunch of these pillows that he keeps on the rug. And during like reading time, he lets his students just grab a pillow and read. And he has been doing this since he first started teaching, and finds that it's very much a student favorite. And I'll show you the favorite pillow from the kids. Is this it? Is it the taco one?
Yeah, it's one of the popular ones.
This is nasty. This is the taco pillow that I found at Goodwill on his first year of teaching. I bought it for like $2, and it's been a very popular pillow for the kids to use. Kyle has a bunch of these cup holders that he puts on the legs of the desks so the kids have a place for their water bottles. This is actually pretty cool. I never had anything like this when I was in school. While Kyle does the bulletin board, I'm not going to show it because it shows the school logo, so I'm not going to film that. While he does that, I'm going to write out the birthdays. So obviously these are like the cutest little birthday cupcakes. But what I'm going to do is I have the class list right here. I'm going to put their name and then the birth date, and it's going to go like behind like that. He's got 21 kids this year, so 21 birthdays to write out. We are done with setup day one. We do have to go back in tomorrow just to finish up a few things, and then the rest of the things after that is more like computer work and like laminating work, so I don't really need to help with that. Really, that took like no time at all. I guess that's one of the benefits of it, one, not being your first year in your classroom, but two, not having a ton of things to do just in general. So that was, yeah, pretty smooth sailing, not too many hiccups. Tomorrow we just have to repair a little bit of the bookcase that I showed you earlier that got some damage over the summer, and then we have to like hang up the birthdays on the doors. I probably won't film that though because of the names. And then I think like finish up a bulletin board, and that's pretty much it in terms of the classroom. Good morning. We are about to head back to the school this morning and finish up some of the things in terms of classroom setup. We are bringing both kids with us today, and so I'm going to be packing some snacks. I'm packing lots of toys, and hopefully that will entertain them while we finish everything up. After classroom setup, we're going to come back, eat lunch, do naps, and then I'd like to start looking into some homeschool things. So just kind of searching the internet, seeing what kind of activities I can print off for Caspian, and also kind of making a list of all the things that I'd like to purchase from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree has a great back to school section for really cheap, and there's lots of educational things there. So if you haven't checked out your Dollar Tree for like homeschool items or just school items in general, be sure to check that out. There's actually so much cute stuff there, and they have, like I said, just great educational items. So I need to just start making a list of all the things that I'd like to purchase from the Dollar Tree in terms of homeschool. I'm also going to browse Pinterest for some ideas as well. So I'm thinking I'm going to do all of that during nap time. I don't think I'll hit Dollar Tree up today. That's probably not going to be until tomorrow. But I'm really excited to really like dive on into things I want to teach Caspian throughout the year. I also need to just kind of see what we already own in terms of education. I know we have some like numbers puzzles and we have lots of books. So I plan on gathering all of the materials that we already own and kind of just setting it aside just to see what we own and then to see what I need to buy. So in terms of back to school prep, that is still all the things that need to get done. We're going to finish up classroom setup today, so that's going to be something I can check off the list. I'm not sure how much I will be able to chat with you guys in terms of like when we're at the school. It might just be a montage of classroom setup. The birthdays are done and hung up. Kyle is currently just trying to fix his bookcase that got a little bit damaged over the summer. So he's just trying to salvage this back part. He just took out all the nails and then re-nailed it. He needs this here to keep the books from falling out in the back. The kids are having a heyday in the classroom. They are getting into everything, but that is life with toddlers. They are curious. This is a new room to explore. So we've been getting after them a lot. Yes, we're talking about you in particular, Missy. Getting into everything, trying to eat everything. It's a lot of fun having toddlers with classroom setup. I'm going to start browsing Pinterest for some homeschool ideas. I'm going to just create a board right on my Pinterest account, and I will share that board down below if you just kind of want to get an idea of what I'm wanting to do throughout the school year for Caspian. Hopefully a lot of these worksheets are free so that I can just easily print them off at Staples and then he can do them here at home. But if they aren't, I just plan on like recreating it on Canva so that it is free. I just want to make this kind of like a low budget school year because it is just preschool. I think once I get an idea in terms of like what I want to teach him, I will look downstairs in the basement and just kind of see what materials we already own and then make a Dollar Tree list from there. On Canva, I created just like preschool themes. I'll have that link down below so you guys can just check it out, especially if you're a mom who is homeschooling your child for preschool. I just only did the first semester. I just kind of wanted to break it up so it doesn't feel overwhelming for me to have to think of, you know, a bunch of themes for the entire school year. So this is just the first semester of the school year. I plan on starting homeschool last week of August. I can maybe do another video completely separate of like all that I'm doing, and a more detailed video of what I plan on doing for homeschool that I can share on here. Let me know if you'd be interested in that by commenting down below. I'm about to head out to the Dollar Tree, and I just wrote down a list of all the things that I'd like to purchase while I'm there. I think once I'm done shopping there, I'll do like a little haul, and then that will just kind of wrap up this video. This will be my first like legit year of homeschooling. I did some very light homeschooling last school year, and I mean like very light. It wasn't structured by any means. It was just kind of when we found time, I would sit him down and we would go over our colors, our shapes, and our numbers and stuff like that. But this upcoming school year, it's going to be a lot more structured. Definitely taken a lot more serious this school year because I want him to be ready for kindergarten here in the next couple years. And if you are new here, we do not plan on homeschooling from kindergarten on. We plan on putting our kids in a school, whether that be public school or Christian school. It's just really kind of seeing like what we can afford, because if we can afford a Christian school, then that would obviously be our first pick. But Christian schools are not cheap. If we send our kids to public school, like we are comfortable with that as well because we really like the public schools in our area. So that is the plan for right now. I know schooling can be pretty controversial in terms of like which path you choose, but at the end of the day, like I just feel like you as the parent have the right to choose which path you want to take, and you should be confident in that decision, and that's that. Obviously, we have chosen a path that we feel is best for our kids and our family. That could change down the road, who knows? I feel like I have gotten more of an open mind on homeschool since my Q&A video because I've heard so many other experiences. But as of right now, we still feel very confident in sending our kids to a school. That hasn't changed. But I will say, since that Q&A video, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll have it linked up above, I feel like since that video, my mind has been opened a lot more. And I will say, I think I came a little too harsh on homeschool in that video. I apologize if I came across that way. So with my husband being a public school teacher, he sees a lot of failed homeschool experiences. So I just want to say thank you to all those who shared their homeschool experiences, because it really gave me a better positive look on homeschool than maybe what we normally see with my husband being a public school teacher. Gonna quit yapping, gonna head to the Dollar Tree and try to get all the things on my list. Back, I took far too long in the Dollar Tree. I got everything for under $20, and I even got non-school things. I know it wasn't on the list, but I could not pass some of like the fall decorations. I'm going to do a quick haul for you guys, and I'm going to start off with the non-school items just to get it out of the way. Starting off, I got this sign for fall. I thought it was so cute, and I wanted to snatch it before they were gone. And then I also got this acorn for my shelf for fall. There was only 2 left, so I snatched this up before it was gone. And then this is non-fall and non-school. This is actually for Ellery's hair stuff, like her ponytails and clips. I just needed some sort of organizer, and I saw this, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna grab it. And that's it in terms of all the non-school things. Now let's move on to all of the school things. You guys, 2 full bags worth school stuff. I got this little organizer for crayons, pencils, glue sticks, basically for anything I want to use to organize. I'm going to put some of the popsicle sticks in here as well. And then I also got just a pad of plain paper. This is for like some homemade worksheets that I want to do, and then also just drawing and other things. I feel like this is so versatile. You can use it for really whatever. I also got this manuscript tablet paper. I have like the dry erase board version, but I did want a paper version because I want to give him different ways to learn to write and also write his name. So I have a dry erase board version and also just like an actual paper version, which is nice. I bought myself some binder clips. This is actually for me just to organize all the worksheets and have them in order of what I want to do each week. So it just goes Monday through Friday. And then it also has this line of other like binder clips I can use as well. But I mostly bought it for the Monday through Friday clips because I thought this would be just a great way to organize everything. I got a pack of scissors, and what's great is that there's 2 in here, one for Caspian and one for Ellery. And so I thought, well, that's nice. Not that Ellery will be handling scissors this year, because she's not. She's still a bit too young for that. Caspian will be, but I thought I'd be prepared for her. The thing is this looks like a lot of stuff, and it's because this is my first year doing this, and I know that even though it's a lot of stuff now, I will also carry it on to Ellery and then also our 3rd child once they're here. Not pregnant, please just know that. And then I also got a bottle of glue. I was debating between getting this or the like colored glue. It was a lot smaller, but I liked the fact that it was colored so that when he does glue practice, like he can actually see it better. But I did ultimately just decide just to grab this, and if I want to go back and get the colored glue, I can. I got some clothespins, and I saw this idea on Pinterest of where like they learn to spell their name, and like you put each letter of their name on a clothespin and then they can spell it themselves, and I thought that was a great idea, so I just got a pack of these. I got these colored craft sticks for just a variety of things. I thought this would be great for sorting and also just for crafts and other things that I find on Pinterest, but I thought this was just so versatile, and I wanted the colored more specifically for the sorting aspect of it. I plan on like mixing all the colors together and having him sort each color into the correct bin, if that makes sense. I also have some flashcards, some colors and shapes and numbers. I already own the alphabet flashcards, so I didn't need to buy that. So I'm literally good to go for the school year in terms of flashcards for everything. And then lastly, a box of crayons. I have crayons for Caspian, but they're literal junk. They're like the, I think, Crazy Art brand, and they just don't color well. That is everything. I'm going to start organizing some things into this little organizer right here and just kind of get it ready. Like I'm gonna put the crayons in here, and then also I have some markers I can put in here and other craft things as well. So I'm going to do that real quick. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me throughout this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you're not yet subscribed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, friends.